Everyone, I have been very lucky to have been gifted this set. It's quite hard for you to see the tin, a shiny tin of Amazon Basics premium coloured pencils. So let me open the lid and show you what we've got inside. So we have 2 trays of pencils. Let's pop those in there, and you can see I can't actually come out anymore, so I'll just show you one. Let's grab this one. So here they are. They're reasonably thick pencils, and they say Amazon Basics there, light ochre, and there is a number. So there are pencils. You can see we have got white and cream, yellows, oranges, reds. We've got some sort of pale skin tones, pinks and things, and then moving into some sort of mauves and blues. Then we have greens, browns with the ochre that we just looked at, and some darker browns, greys, a black, and a couple of metallics. So really excited to try them out, and I found a page in a book that I thought would work quite well. So just pop the pencils to the side and show you the page. This is from Rita Berman's Europa book, and I thought I would just have a go at some of the items on this page. I thought I wanted something that was quite varied so that I could try out lots of different colours, and I thought this would be a good way to do it. But what I'm going to do is to go through the colours in the order they're in the tray. So we might have to jump around a little bit on the page. I am going to come in closer though. You don't want to be a million miles away. What I'm going to do is pick a little section. I think we might pick this section here because we've got these books. They can be any colour. And we might just start there. I'm not going to try out the white because I don't have any black paper in here, so I'm just going to leave that one, and we're just going to assume the white is white and just leave it at that. So here is our first colour, which is sand. Okay, and you can see the tip has been sharpened to a flat point. I'm going to try and colour with it like that and see what it comes out like. I'm actually going to colour this document in this bottle. I feel that might be a sandy colour, like old paper. This looks to me to be slightly peachy, just slightly. Now pencils feel fairly hard, so I'm layering them up, which is fine for me. They might be better once they've been sharpened too. Sometimes pencils like to be sharpened. I think it's okay though, we're getting a fair bit. Now this is obviously a very pale colour, which is what we'd expect from this sort of first pale yellow. Our next yellow is a lemon yellow, so maybe this one, you can see they're printed on in a silver, so maybe this one will be a bit more intense. I'm going to do this pencil because I don't think many things are lemon yellow. So let's put some layers down. I do have to layer it up a little bit to get some colour out, but it is yellow. That is what I would expect from a yellow pencil. There we go. That's quite bright, isn't it? And our next yellow is called Yellow. Well, that's an exciting name, isn't it? That's what I would expect, to be honest. Where should we go? We might do a little bit on some of these books. Maybe here. It's quite conventional yellow, isn't it? Which is good, that's what you need. It's nice and intense and bright. There we go. We will try some shading with them later as well, but we'll try out every colour first. This one is chrome yellow. I was thinking goldenrod, but maybe it's a bit orangey. I'm going to do the end of my pencil. This one. Oh yeah, it is quite yellow orange. Now we've got a few more of orange. That's why it's called orange. I think I'll do some more on this book. Got this bit here, look, and that bit there. Oh, it's very vibrant. I thought these were quite hard, but actually There's a lot of vibrancy to them. They certainly aren't as hard as a Stedler. This is vermilion. I'm going to finish the book with a vermilion. I think it might have just been because I was using a light colour, because they seem fairly soft to me. Now I'm using these darker colours, which is rather nice. I don't know about the colour of this book, but you know, it's a bit garish, isn't it? I can hear the wind howling, but it's actually quite mild today. It's very cloudy. It was actually weird when I stepped outside the front door. I just felt like it was unnaturally hot. Here's a red. Let's do a bit of red on this book. It was very odd. It's like my legs are warm. Why are my legs? I actually felt warmer when I went outside than I'd felt inside. Yeah, it was very odd. Anyway, I coped. Obviously. There we go. There's our red. Needs a little bit of going over there. There we go. Now what's next? Oh, a geranium red. That's an interesting name. I'm going to do pencil. Of course we have pale geranium lake in polychromos. My son looked at them and said, oh, they're a polychromos copy. I don't think he's right. I don't think they're a copy. I think they're their own thing anyway. But some of these colours you can't get in polychromos. This is carmine. Bookmark. It's a carmine bookmark. I realise we've sort of abandoned our bottle, but we'll get back to it once we've got the right colours in the next tray, I think. This is hot pink, so that is a colour you get in Prismacolor. I think I'm going to do a bit more on this book. I wonder how similar that is to the Prismacolor one. Be interesting to compare, wouldn't it? I don't think it is the same. Now we've got our pink. I'm thinking that maybe more like the Arteza. With regards to colours, at least. Arteza has these sorts of colours in. It's like a baby pink. I quite like that pink. I can hear a bus. Certainly not on our road. Don't have buses in our street. We're too small. This is called Blush. It's more a peachy colour. I'm going to do a notebook. This colour. Thinking this is maybe, yeah, a light peach type colour. You can see how it goes down on a larger area. It's quite easy to get reasonably neat without much effort. And I know it's not really neat, but try and layer it up a bit. It's quite pale, this colour. Again, it's one of the paler ones. It's quite hard. And then this one is called Cream Beige. I'm going to use it for this bit here, this edge of the notebook. It's quite similar, a little bit more yellowy, I would say. But yeah, very similar. Now this colour is Lilac. Where are we going with this one? Maybe this book here. It's quite pretty, isn't it? It's a nice colour. Oh, I feel like I need to do that bit as well with it. Now we have a magenta, so we're suddenly going back to a dark colour. I might just do the top a bit around here. That's quite a nice colour. Sometimes magenta is a red. That wasn't. Now we have a violet. I feel like the magenta is probably in the wrong place. But anyway, you know what I'm like, maybe. I like to switch and swap around the order in the tray. My husband gets really cross with me. He, in a fun way, he likes to take a photograph to make sure they get purple, to make sure we know what order they were in, so I can put them back in the original order if I want to. And I'm like, why would I want to? There we go. That's pretty. Lovely purples. Now we've got, oh, a Prussian blue. I'm going to do this book. Oh, no, I'm going to do this book. I'll have a little argument with myself. Yeah, definitely quite soft. Not like a Prisma, you know, but I'd say on the softer side. Ultramarine. Do this line here. That's nice-ish colour. I don't know. Or is it? I don't know now. Cobalt blue. I changed my mind. Maybe I don't like it. I'm never a fan of ultramarine. It looks sort of nice bluey purple, and then it just turned to big biro blue, which is what ultramarine is basically. And I'm not a fan. Now blue. What are we getting from just blue? That's quite dark for blue. We're getting some lighter blues. Looks like it. We've got a lot of blues actually. This is Kingfisher blue. Sounds nice. Oh, it is nice. That's lovely. And this is light blue. Do the rest of this in this one. Oh, that's pretty. It's like a non-photo blue. Or a phthalo blue. That is pretty. I'd say it was light, but you know. That's all of that tray. I'm just going to bring the other one round. This is blue grass. Got a little bit left at the bottom here. I was a bit worried it might be going too greeny, but it's not. It's going to work like that. And then we've got a cerulean blue. We're going to have to go to our diary, our notebook. Let's put that along there. There we go. Someone's beeping their horn. Now we have a jade. What colour's jade? Oh, light turquoise. Really, really pretty. Like a light phthalo blue, maybe. Light phthalo green, sorry. Now we're moving on to Viridian. I like Viridian. Let's see what this is like. Well, it's quite a light version. This one feels harder. You can probably hear it. Sounds a bit more scratchy. It's not scratchy, but it just sounds a little bit more. It's a nice colour though. It's not what I would call Viridian. This is why we have a swatch chart. Grass green. Where are we going with our green? We could have a green teacup, but I'm not sure. I'm going to do the end of my pencil. I don't know why. Oh, that's a good mid-green. Now we have emerald. Where are we going? Cup. It's not. Okay, I'm going to do the suitcase. I don't think the cup is emerald. That's not emerald anyway. That's more like what I would call a viridian. It's an interesting shade though. It's quite an elegant dark colour for this suitcase. I've got to do the bottom half to match. So you can see a lot of this colour compared to the others. I've got a lot more greens. I don't know what to do with them all. I don't think they're going to match this one. We'll have a look. Because we've got our little luggage label and the handles and things to do. Right, what's our next green? Green. It's very descriptive. I'm going to do this little space in here. Yeah, I'd say that's a permanent green. Probably couldn't see that. Should I do a bit on here as well so you can see it? There you go. Permanent green, would you say? Oh, now we have what looks like an olive. No, moss green. Is that going to work? Have to. Yeah. Do it on this bit of the handle. I think these thick cores are going to be quite tough, you know, not easily breakable. Now I've got a yellow green. There's a really nasty squeaky sound outside. There we go, a yellow green ribbon. Now we're moving into browns. This is a burnt ochre. I'm going to use this for the handle. It's a nice warm colour. Now I will make a swatch chart of these so that you can grab one if you want to see what's light ochre. If you want, I'm going to do the pencil ends with this. If you want to see what they're like, or want to use it for your own if you've got your own set, that sort of thing. Brown ochre, do this. So yes, it will be available for you. If I've done it by the time the video goes out, which I'm sure I will have done, burnt sienna, I've got a cork to do. I will, yeah, I'll put the link in the description so you can grab it. It'll be free. There's always the option to pay if you want, but it's free, you know. Brown. I'm going to do the coffee. It's a bit risky when you don't know what the colour looks like, but maybe it looks a bit more like a hot chocolate. Yeah, so there'll be a chart, and I might do some comparison charts with other sets as well. Depends how much time I get. Red brown. I'm going to do bottom of the cup, I think. So red brown. That looks quite similar to the coffee cup. No, it's not. It's redder. And then we've got this brick red. That's what I'm going to use for the cup. And it's not what I would naturally use, but I need something. Running out of colours. There we go. Yeah, I try and do some comparison charts too. I just think it's quite useful. So if you haven't got these and I'm using them and you want the equivalent colour, you can use the chart. But again, as I say, I'll just see how my time goes really. My husband's off work next week, so he's got a lot of time off at the moment, so I can't do stuff with him all the time, but he's got some projects planned so that don't involve me. so that's good in a way, because it means that this dark chocolate I'm going to use for the coffee beans means that he's got something to do, because he's very easily bored. If he's got nothing to do, he gets down, you know. Right, another brown, Van Dyke brown. Could do a bit of this suitcase up here. Do the handle and bits and pieces like that. But yeah, he's got a new book to read, and he's found this new AI tool which will listen to a podcast for you and then summarize it, which he's really keen to play with, because he finds it, I don't think this is supposed to be brown, but never mind. He finds it really difficult to find enough time to listen to a 2-hour podcast. You know, his commute's only half an hour, and he just has so much other things that he wants to do. So he's going to see, and I said we can have a great experiment where I listen to a podcast and make some notes on what I think the important points are, and then he can use his AI tool and see what it comes up with, and we can see how, you know, whether it's good, if you know what I mean. This is silver grey. Can I use it for this main part of this? Oh, it is quite silvery grey, isn't it? It's a good description. So yeah, I don't know what it's called. You're all going to say, what's it called? I have no idea what it is, or whether it was something he made, I don't know, or used things for. But anyway, it was I watched a really funny video with him this morning. It was a BBC archive video from 1984. Now, anyone who's in the UK will have heard of Johnny Ball. I'm sure most people of a certain age, here's the warm grey, we're going to fill in these bits, will know who he is. Zoe Ball's father, and he used to be a children's television presenter, and this was a clip from his TV show called Think of a Number. He used to do sort of maths programs, and it was all about computers, and it was absolutely fascinating. It was on Instagram, so if you're on Instagram and go to, it was called BBC Archive, and they showed these computers which could recognize your voice, and this is blue-grey, and respond to spoken instruction. And do the corners, which for 1984 was amazing. Now, I don't know whether it had only been taught certain phrases. I suppose any computer would have to be taught the phrases, but they also showed them playing Frogger and another game on BBC computers, and the kids all preferred Frogger, but the other game was educational. And he made a very good point, this is black, that in order to make educational games appealing to children in the future, they would have to make them gamified. And he's so right, so wise. I realised we haven't finished our bottle. This is the gold. I was going to use it for the corners of the case, but I've already coloured it. I can't do goldfish. I could oh yeah, I know. Let's do these clips. I was going to do these in silver, but if I do these clips in the gold, I do like a metallic pencil. I know not everyone does. This is a nice gold pencil. I can't, there's a little bit of shine to it, but it's a really nice colour. And the silver I can use for the coffee pot here. So this is silver, metallic silver. You can barely read it because it's silver on silver, but hey ho. I always have trouble with reading pencils. Reading pencils. Doesn't make sense, does it? Anyway. But yes, it was a fascinating clip. And they were old BBC computers mainly that they were using. So yeah, I just, fascinated by the whole thing. So there is our last colour, but I am just going to do my bottle because I haven't done it and I'm going to forget. I think I'm going to have to use the silver grey. And I'm basically going to just use it quite lightly on the edge. Just to try and make it look a bit shiny. Like that, and a bit glassy. Let's just do that. Oh, I haven't done the heart and the ribbon either. Let's kind of grab some pink. Let's go in with the carmine. Just do that. And then we'll do a blend. What colour should we blend? Red and yellow is always really hard. That could be a good test. Where should we do it though? I'm thinking not on this page. I might use my scrap paper. Oh. This is my good scrap paper. It's handwriting book paper. You'll have to, I'm just trying to use up papers that I found in the house. So there's our yellow. There's the red. So this is just the yellow and the red. They are actually just called yellow and red. Okay. And I'm just going to start with the red. Really dark. And then start to reduce it. I mean, this is obviously not colouring book paper, but so here we go with the yellow. You can see they're quite creamy. There we go. At first, it does go orange in the middle there, but I feel we need a few more layers. Try not to press too hard, or else I'm gonna. Now, you can't, oh, hang on, you can sort of smudge the red a little bit. I'm going to just smudge it with my finger so you can see. It's not that smudgy. Okay, that's the yellow and the red, so you can make an orange and get some effects going. Let's do something a little bit easier. Let's do pink and purple. Okay, and I'm going to do a little bit lighter layers, so we're going to layer up slower. So I'm going to just do really gentle. Yeah. Just going to sit on top of each other like that. I'm just going to gently build up those layers. So the lines aren't really helping us, are they? But I'm sure you can use your imagination a bit. Imagine they're not there. Now, one thing I didn't do is look on the back of the box, because I don't know if it tells us anything about the pencils. I'm going to have a look at that in a minute. Before I finish, because I'm curious. Now this paper could be massively toothy. There's a lot of white showing through, isn't there? Let's say it's not designed. It's designed for graphite pencils, these handwriting pads. Getting there though. There we go. This paper takes a lot of layers of pencil. There, I'm going to leave that there. So there you go. You can see they layer up quite nicely. Let's have a look and see if there's anything on the back of the box. Just going to take the pencils out. No. Absolutely nothing. No information at all. So that's useful. But anyway, they are the basics after all, Amazon basics. But for a basic, now I don't know how much these cost. It's really always a bit rubbish me trying to say a price anyway, because obviously It will vary depending on where you live, but I am assuming they're cheap because they're called Amazon Basics, but they are very nice pencils, I have to say. I can't say if they're value for money, again, you know, being basics, but for them, and they were a gift as well, you know, so I don't know. But yeah, it's a nice range of colour. I think there's a few too many blues, but I often think that, but maybe not enough greens. I'd happily swap a blue for a green because I like greens. I like the fact that we've got a few normal browns like this one here, because quite often we just have the reddish browns, which I'm not such a fan of, but we have a few normal browns. I would have preferred a slightly lighter grey. I think that you can use a little pressure though and it's okay. These two colours are a bit too similar on the note on there, but all in all I would say impressed. I'm just going to do something. Last experiment. Ooh, I've just thought of. Oh, that isn't what I meant to do. Sorry. Pad, white pen. Let's see what happens. Oh, it works well as a blender. Wow. You see the difference? Wow, that's a good blender, but it doesn't really fade it that much, which is quite interesting. Even with a lot of pressure, I would never normally press this hard, but oh, it's beginning to fade it now a little bit, just there. It's actually just taking the pencil off a bit, but as an initial blend, that worked really well. So that's interesting. So you can definitely use your white as a blender pencil. So that's good. Right, that's that. So it doesn't really write on top, but it blends. So interesting. Right, there we go. That is me done with my little review of the Amazon Basics. So thank you, Linda, for those. I'm going to have fun with those. I know I'm going to finish this page at some point using them, and as I say, I will do a swatch chart as well, so I'll probably do that next because I'll need to make it easier for me to finish this page if I know what the colours are, so that I'll probably do that. But thank you for watching. I hope you have a super day and happy colouring.